What's going on, people? I'm JC and this is
Mehit.
And right now we've got another episode of The Sideline. Check out TheSideLine.ca. Today we're talking about Theo Walcott stalling over a new contract. He says, reason being, he wants to play striker for Arsenal. It's not about the money, he wants to play striker. Can he play striker?
Absolutely he can.
For Arsenal Football Club?
For Arsenal, he can play football.
Hold on, let me rephrase the question. Can Theo Walcott play striker for Arsenal Football Club, one of the most technical teams in the world?
Theo Walcott can play striker for Arsenal, can play striker for England, can play striker for any team in the Premiership, mate.
I'm not having it.
Absolutely.
You know why? Here's my reason being. And I had the same debate in England a couple of weeks ago, right? Theo Walcott cannot play striker for Arsenal because he's not technical enough. Arsene Wenger doesn't trust him enough. He hasn't got that kind of touch. Theo Walcott's main asset is what? What's his main asset?
Theo Walcott is the same main asset that Thierry Henry had when he was in the Italian league, yeah?
Hold on.
And Arsene Wenger said, how come you're still out there playing on the wing? Let me bring you into Arsenal and put you up front. Because the Italian coaches didn't trust Thierry Henry at the time. Arsene Wenger does the exact same thing.
Oh my God.
Trust, give him a couple of runs of the game and you'll see Theo Walcott do his business, mate.
Henry, has he got a touch, yes or no?
Henry has a touch. Yes, he does.
So he's got a first touch.
Control. Yes, he does.
He's got a first touch.
Yeah.
Okay, previous strikers recently at Arsenal. Henry, touch. Bergkamp, wonderful touch. Who else?
Come
People
closer.
like,
Come
people
close
like,
to
who
the
else?
times.
People like Reyes, all people like that. Back in the day, all these Arsenal strikers basically got a touch. You have to have a touch to play at Arsenal Football Club. If you haven't got a touch to play up front for Arsenal, it's not going to work. Theo's got to stay on the wing and use his pace and do what he has to do out there.
The thing is, though, with him being pushed out to the wing, when you're on the you play football, so you know when you're outside there, as opposed to the small space you're gonna get when you have a defender, it's a different touch you're using, and you're not gonna use the same touch. So he's not gonna, for example, pull a ball down. If you send Theo Walcott a ball out on the wing, he's gonna use that ball to play him into space, right? As a striker, though, you're not gonna look to play into space. You don't have that much space. You're gonna look to kill that ball off and go for the finish one time. For example, the same way that a Van Persie would do, or Thierry Henry would do, or the other strikers that they have would do.
Got a touch.
Right? Sorry, Van Persie has a touch. Van Persie knows how to play himself into the shooting areas.
Okay.
Right. Theo Walcott was bought as a striker from Southampton. So why buy him as a striker if you're playing on the wing?
Here's my point. With Theo, if he plays striker for Arsenal, there's no playing to feet majority of the time. It's playing behind like a Darren Bent. You got to play behind and let him run onto it. So my point is that Theo can play striker, just not for Arsenal. He could play for like West Brom, Aston Villa, them kind of teams up front. But for Arsenal, being a technical team, it's not going to work for me.
A West Brom would want to hit him as a target man. Theo's not a target man.
He's not going to work for me.
He's a player that you'd have to play into space. You're going to want to play into the pockets.
But, okay,
right?
Henry, Van Persie, who else? Bergkamp.
They can be target men. Yeah, I know you're going to say.
You could play Henry a ball behind the defence or to feet because he's got a touch. Van Persie, exactly the same thing. Theo, it's got to be behind the defence for me majority of the times.
Okay, so you're saying that because he's one-dimensional, he can't be striker for Arsenal.
Not for Arsenal.
One-dimensional striker for AC Milan, Pippo Inzaghi.
Right.
Right. One-dimensional. You play him in. He's gonna go. He's gonna go outside or whatever. You're gonna play him in, and he's gonna get the job done. Get the job done 8 times out of 10. Theo Walcott, same thing.
He thinks what he thinks. I think what I think. You know what? Check us out. Give us your opinion at TheSideLine.ca.